Hello and a very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are this morning's headlines. Fresh tranche of leaked documents on Scorpion submarines out. Information relates to operating instruction. Navy sources say it does not compromise national security. Expert panel recommends Pawa shells to replace pellet guns for crowd control in Kashmir Valley. This after Home Minister assured an alternative will be found soon during Srinagar visit. Eight more died due to floods in Bihar, taking the total death toll to 37. Rivers continue to be in spate in Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Rescue operations after quake in Italy hampered due to aftershocks. Death toll at 250. State of emergency declared in quake-hit zones. And Brazil's Senate opens impeachment trial of suspended President Dilma Rousseff. Vote expected after a trial ends on Monday. Let's begin with our top focus on the bulletin this morning. The Australian newspaper on Thursday uploaded a fresh tranche of leaked documents detailing Indian Scorpion submarines' underwater warfare system. The new set of documents provides extensive details about the submarines, including a wide range of technical specifications. Earlier, India took up the matter with the French government and asked them to investigate the incident with urgency and share the findings with India. Here are the details.
The Australian newspaper on Thursday uploaded a fresh tranche of leaked documents relating to information about operating instructions of the 6 Scorpion submarines which are being built in India by French firm DCNS. The new set of documents, marked Restricted Scorpion India, provides details about the sonar system of the submarines. It also talks about a wide range of technical specifications of the sonars and at what degree and frequency it will function. Though the Navy has not yet officially reacted to the release of new documents, sources maintained it does not compromise national security. Earlier on Thursday, the Indian Navy took up the matter with France's Director General of Armament. It also asked the French government to investigate the incident with urgency and share the findings with India. In a statement, the Navy said, the matter has been taken up with concerned foreign governments through diplomatic channels to verify the authenticity of the reports on data leak. An internal audit of procedures to rule out any security compromise is also being undertaken. Unquote. The statement also added that a detailed assessment of potential impact is being undertaken by a high-level committee constituted by the Ministry of Defence and the Indian Navy. Maintaining that the leak happened overseas and not in India, the government has also sought a report from French shipbuilders DCNS, which designed the 6 Scorpion submarines for India at a cost of $3.5 billion. Opposition pressure continues to mount on the government to clarify on how the leak happened and what impact it has made on the defence establishment.
The defence minister started off with passing the buck. I think this is one of the most incompetent defence minister we have had in free India. He talks about hacking. The Navy talks about the source being outside India without any investigation. This defence minister, we charge, has been careless and is trying to cover up. We need a complete inquiry monitored by the judicial process to get to the bottom of it.
My impression is that Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar and the BJP government are trying to downplay this whole matter and take it very lightly. I think this kind of response is prejudicial to national security.
In the wake of leak of documents relating to India's Scorpion project, Australia has told French shipbuilding firm DCNS that it will demand the same level of information security on the new submarine project like it enjoys with the US. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, on to the situation in Kashmir now. Before wrapping up his two-day visit of Jammu and Kashmir, Home Minister Rajnath Singh appealed to all Kashmiris and political players to come together to resolve the ongoing unrest in the valley. He addressed a press conference along with the Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, who condemned the use of pellet guns.
मैं सभी से ये अपील करना चाहता हूं, कश्मीर के रहने वाले सभी बहनों भाइयों से मैं अपील करना चाहता हूं कि हमारे कश्मीर के रहने वाले जवानों के फ्यूचर के साथ खिलवाड़ न करें। कश्मीर के फ्यूचर को हम हिंदुस्तान के फ्यूचर से अलग रखकर कदापि नहीं सोच सकते।
Pitching for peace, a better future and dialogue with all political parties, Home Minister Rajnath Singh joined Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti in appealing to all to bring normalcy to the Kashmir Valley.
जो भी कश्मीर वैली के हालात हैं उसको लेकर हम लोग भी बेहद दुखी हैं कि जमहूरियत, कश्मीरियत और इंसानियत के दायरे में मैं बात करने के लिए यहाँ पर आया हूँ। जो भी बात करना चाहते हैं मैं उनका स्वागत करूंगा।
Let us differentiate between those people who want the resolution of a problem through dialogue, reconciliation, और वो लोग जो छोटे छोटे बच्चे और गरीब बच्चों को एक्सप्लॉइट करके कैंप्स पे, सड़कों पे पत्थर मारने के लिए तैयार करते हैं।
Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti condemned stone pelting and other forms of violence and suggested that casualties will happen when security forces and police stations are attacked.
Within few days, हम लोग इस पैलेट गन का एक विकल्प, इसका अल्टरनेटिव देंगे।
मैंने कहा कि 95% लोग पीसफुल तरीके से इसका रेजोल्यूशन चाहते हैं। दैट मीन्स देयर इज अ पॉलिटिकल प्रॉब्लम। मगर 5% लोगों ने इसको हाईजैक किया है, तशद्दुद करके वो इस पटरी को रेल से उतारना चाहते हैं। बिकॉज कहीं भी दुनिया के कोने में आज तशद्दुद के लिए कोई जगह नहीं। अगर आपने किसी भी इशू को बदनाम करना है तो आप तशद्दुद पे उतर आइए, कोई आपकी बात नहीं सुनेगा।
Opposition parties have appreciated the centre's move for an all-party delegation meet to resolve the issue. The Congress said that the hawkish stance of the government has mellowed down.
It is about time Modi government woke up to the growing crisis in Kashmir. We will only say better late than never. Government has finally seen the reason which has been advocated inside and outside Lok Sabha by Congress party and has agreed to send an all-party delegation.
Meanwhile, Pakistan has once again called for a meaningful and result-oriented dialogue on Kashmir and vowed that it would continue to extend moral and political support to the Kashmiris in their struggle for self-determination.
The situation in the Indian occupied Kashmir that needs to be addressed, for which Pakistan has already extended invitation to India for dialogue, and whether that dialogue expands or not, Kashmir remains the main bone of contention, remains the main issue on the negotiation table of Pakistan whenever any dialogue takes place.
Curfew remained in force in some areas of Srinagar, Anantnag and Pulwama districts on the 48th day on Thursday. The separatists have extended the call for strike in the valley till 1st of September. 66 people, including 2 security personnel, have been killed in clashes which began on 9th of July. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, an expert panel constituted by the Home Ministry to find an alternative to pellet guns for crowd control in the valley has zeroed in on a chili-based ammunition called the Pawa shells. The committee held a demonstration of the newly developed shells in New Delhi earlier this week and gave a go-ahead for its use by security forces in Kashmir. The name Pawa stands for pelargonic acid vanillyl amide, also called nonuvamide, and is an organic compound found characteristically in natural chili pepper. Considered to be less lethal than pellet guns, Pawa shells, once fired, burst and temporarily immobilize and paralyze the target more effectively than tear gas shells or pepper sprays. Home Minister Rajnath Singh had assured of an alternative to pellet guns at the press conference in Srinagar on Thursday. Meanwhile, India has once again toughened its stance over talks with Pakistan, rejecting Islamabad's latest invitation for talks on Kashmir. India has said its core concern is cross-border terrorism and it is willing to discuss just that. replying to his Pakistani counterpart Aizaz Ahmad Chowdhury's fresh invitation of August 19 to visit Islamabad by the end of this month to discuss Kashmir dispute. Foreign Secretary Subramaniam Jaishankar said in a letter he was willing to discuss terrorism emanating from Pakistan's territory. PTI is quoting sources as saying Jaishankar's letter was handed over by the Indian High Commissioner Gautam Bambawale to Chowdhury on Thursday. The reply again stressed on the need for earliest possible vacation of Islamabad's illegal occupation of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This is Pakistan's second invitation in the last 10 days over talks on the Kashmir issue. Well, Afghanistan has said that the attack on the American university in Kabul was orchestrated in Pakistan. The allegation came from the Afghan presidential office. 16 people, including 8 students, were killed after militants stormed the university campus on Wednesday evening. 53 people were injured in the attack. The 10-hour raid say explosions and gunfire rocked the campus after the attack. No group has so far claimed responsibility for the assault. NATO military advisors helped Afghan forces to respond to the attack. Secretary of State John Kerry will travel to New Delhi to attend the second India-US Strategic and Commercial Dialogue. The visit is slated between August 29th and 31st. Kerry will co-chair the second US-India Strategic and Commercial Dialogue along with US Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Minister of State for Commerce and Industry Nirmala Sitharaman along with members of the US delegation and their Indian counterparts will join the leaders. In January 2015, US President Barack Obama and Prime Minister Narendra Modi had elevated the existing US-India strategic dialogue to the strategic and commercial dialogue to reflect the growing significance of the US-India economic relationship. This is the first time the S&CD will be held in India. Here's a look now at what else is slated to take place during the course of the day today in our segment, The Day Ahead. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called a meeting of his Council of Ministers to review progress on budget proposals. This is the first major review exercise since the reshuffle in July. According to sources, the progress report has been prepared to discuss each budget proposal and identify hurdles in implementation. The two-day SAARC finance ministers meet in Islamabad will conclude today. Economic Affairs Secretary Shantikanta Das is representing India. This after Finance Minister Arun Jaitley opted out of the event citing political reasons. The Aam Aadmi Party Political Affairs Committee is likely to take a final call on the removal of the party's top office bearer in Punjab, Sucha Singh Chotepur. This after a sting video allegedly showed him accepting money from a party volunteer. 21 AAP leaders from Punjab have written to Arvind Kejriwal asking him to immediately sack Chotepur. The monsoon session of the Haryana Assembly begins today as the Manohar Lal Khattar-led BJP government would try to get the Goods and Services Tax Bill passed in the session. The Assembly session, which was to begin on August 19th, had been deferred by a week after Khattar announced that many legislators had requested that they wanted to see the state's athletes take part in the Rio Olympics. Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Blindness can come in a variety of ways. 3.5 to 3.8 crore people in India are 360 blind. 3 million to 3.5 million Indians can be cured in 10 minutes if they are only refractive index blindness.
Watch Eureka with Dr. D. Balasubramanian, renowned ocular biochemist, only on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, from August 31st, a travel insurance cover of up to 10 lakh rupees can be availed while booking a train ticket online by paying less than 1 rupee. A person booking a train ticket through the IRCTC website will be able to opt for travel insurance cover for a premium of 92 paise. The new facility will be available to all passengers excluding those travelling on suburban trains while booking online irrespective of the class. The cover will not be applicable for children up to 5 years of age and foreign citizens. The scheme offers a compensation of 10 lakh rupees in the event of death or total disability. In case of partial disability, it will be a compensation of 7.5 lakh rupees. Up to 2 lakh rupees can be availed for hospitalization expenses and 10,000 rupees for transportation of mortal remains from the place of a train accident or where an untoward incident including terrorist attack, dacoity, rioting, shootout or arson occurs. Moving on now, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi has rejected the allegation that he made a U-turn on the RSS's role in killing Mahatma Gandhi. He said he stood by every single word and will continue fighting the hateful and divisive agenda of the organization. The BJP, meanwhile, has demanded an apology from him.
A day after Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi told the Supreme Court that he did not blame the RSS for killing Mahatma Gandhi, he today rejected the allegation that he softened his attack on the organization. Gandhi said not only did he stand by his words, but he will continue to fight the divisive agenda of the RSS. On Wednesday, appearing in a defamation case, he told the court that he never blamed the RSS as an institution for the killing of Mahatma Gandhi, but the people associated with it.
जो सच्चाई है वो सच्चाई है और उस पे हम कायम हैं। अब देखना है कि आरएसएस के लोगों ने क्या इंस्ट्रक्शंस लेनी है और क्या बताएंगे वो कोर्ट को, क्योंकि हमने कहा है कि जो हमने कहा था वो कि एक इंस्टीट्यूशन के बारे में नहीं कहा था कि एक विचारधारा के लोगों ने गांधी जी की हत्या की, और ये आज की बात नहीं है।
The Congress echoed Gandhi's remarks, but the party's rival BJP called it a U-turn from his previous statement and has asked the Congress Vice President to admit his mistake and tender an apology.
ना U-turn है, ना माफी मांगने की आवश्यकता है। वो आज भी अपनी बात पे दृढ़ हैं कि महात्मा गांधी को जिसने मारा उसके संबंध आरएसएस के साथ थे।
In the entire country, there is one political personality of one of the union territories who can make any unsubstantiated allegation, speak without facts, level any charge without it being based on truth against anybody. Now, Rahul Gandhi ji is a senior leader of a national party. If he would like to walk on this path, it is up to him. However, a better option would always be to speak on the basis of facts, and if one makes a mistake, apologize and move on.
An RSS worker slapped a defamation suit on Rahul Gandhi over a speech he gave in 2014 while campaigning in Maharashtra for the general election. The Supreme Court asked the complainant to offer his response next week to Rahul Gandhi's clarification. The Congress Vice President had earlier refused to apologize over the remark, with his party saying he would rather face trial. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, here's a look now at the flood situation across several states in India. In Bihar, with the reports of 8 fresh deaths on Thursday, the total toll due to the floods so far has increased to 135. The floods have affected over 31 lakh people in 12 districts. The rivers Ganga, Sone, Punpun, Ghagra and Kosi are flowing above the danger mark. Bihar Chief Minister visited the various relief camps in Patna to interact with those affected. In Uttar Pradesh, 28 districts have been affected by floods and water has been receding in major rivers, but they are still flowing above the danger mark. The Ganga and Yamuna water level is decreasing in Allahabad, Varanasi and Balia, Kalpi, Hamirpur and Chillaghat. Now, over 8 lakh people in 987 villages in Varanasi, Allahabad, Ghazipur and Balia are affected by the floods. In West Bengal's Malda, a child was swept away in swirling water and around 29 villages were flooded in many parts of the district. The vast areas of Kaliachak block was submerged by water from Ganga, which was flowing at the extreme danger level in the area. The administration opened 4 relief camps for those displaced. Heavy rain in the North Indian hill town of Shimla on Thursday afternoon disrupted normal life. Waterlogging has added to the woes of the locals there. The Meteorological Department of the state has forecast moderate to light rain during the next 4 days in the state. Here's a look now at the dengue situation across several states in India. In Delhi, around 90 cases of dengue have been reported so far, marking a spike of 80% over the last week. 311 cases of dengue have been reported till August 20th and has claimed 4 lives till now. 20 new cases of chikungunya have also been reported. Around 2,300 workers have been engaged by civic bodies deployed to check mosquito breeding in the national capital. In West Bengal, a 65-year-old woman died, taking the death toll due to the vector-borne disease to 23 in the state. A total of 510 new dengue cases have also been reported in the state in the last 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, 510 patients tested positive, taking the total number of persons affected since January to 5,639. Most of the cases were reported from districts like Howrah, Hooghly, North 24 Parganas and South 24 Parganas. Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, 994 suspected cases of dengue have been reported so far. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation confirmed that there were 69 cases of dengue. BMC took effective measures to deal with all possible efforts, including educating people about it. Well, moving on to from international news and the latest on the earthquake in Italy, where a state of emergency has been declared in the regions worst hit by Wednesday's quake, as the death toll has climbed to at least 250. The number could rise further, with rescue teams working for the second day running to find survivors under rubble of flattened towns. Amatrice town has been the worst hit. It was voted last year as one of Italy's most beautiful historic towns. Prime Minister Matteo Renzi has said reconstruction is going to be a huge challenge.
Another rough shake of the ground in Amatrice town in Italy, as rescuers desperately comb through mountains of rubble for a second day. This is one of the many aftershocks to have followed Wednesday morning's 6.2 magnitude quake that reduced villages to rubble in central Italy. Rescuers scatter as a few already damaged structures tumble down. Aftershocks like these are hampering search efforts. While miraculous rescue stories are many and close to 5,000 workers toil hard to pull out people alive, they warn that finding survivors now will be very difficult.
Bisogna conoscere innanzitutto il numero preciso di dispersi per poter capire qual è il lavoro che ci attende. Questo ovviamente noi andiamo avanti senza interruzioni fino a che non avremo accertato ovviamente che non c'è più nessuno.
An eerie silence hangs over villages which lie close to the epicenter of the quake. Worst affected are the towns of Amatrice, Accumuli and Arquata del Tronto. Only the sound of a tap running in the square broke the silence in one of the villages here, and it is unlikely anyone will be coming back anytime soon.
Nello stesso tempo il fatto di essere sopravvissuti ti dice andiamo avanti un momento alla volta, domani non esiste assolutamente pensare a domani, è un minuto alla volta, però ringraziando Dio c'è un po' di tutto, c'è da mangiare, c'è chi salva la vita visto che manca metà della popolazione.
While many other nations have promised assistance, the quake is a test for the Italian government. Prime Minister Matteo Renzi conceded what the country desperately needs now is massive reconstruction.
Due esigenze. Da un lato pensare alla ricostruzione. Il fatto di vivere queste ore nelle lacrime e nell'orgoglio non deve farci dimenticare che noi abbiamo un impegno morale.
Italy is vulnerable to earthquakes, sitting on two fault lines. There have been two major quakes in 2009 and 2012. Rescuers have warned that the final death toll of Wednesday's quake may exceed the total that perished in L'Aquila in 2009, when a 6.3 magnitude quake claimed 308 lives. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the impeachment trial of Brazil's first woman, President Dilma Rousseff, has begun. The Senate trial was opened by the Supreme Court President. There are high expectations that the suspended leader will be sacked within days. The result of the impeachment is almost sure, with Rousseff being found guilty of cooking the budget books to mask the depth of the economic problems during her 2014 re-election campaign. If she is removed from office, her former vice president turned rival Michel Temer will be sworn in to serve until 2018. The trial will end on Monday when Rousseff, who was suspended from office in May, addresses the Senate herself for the first time. A vote is then expected within 48 hours, with a two-thirds majority of the 81 senators required to bring Rousseff down. The markets are keeping a close watch on the impeachment procedure.
De decidir sobre o futuro de uma presidente da República eleita pelo voto popular, acusada da prática de crimes de responsabilidade.
E os agentes econômicos agora estão olhando para o próximo passo importante, que é a questão da votação da PEC do teto dos gastos, que é crucial para definir o sucesso ou fracasso econômico dos próximos anos do nosso país.
Well, here's a roundup of the other international news in our World Wrap. Iraqi forces have pushed the Islamic State group from the town of Qurayha. The town is considered strategic for many future offensive against the jihadist last stronghold of Mosul. Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi hailed the victory as a key step in the fight against IS, but hours later suffered yet another political setback when lawmakers impeached his defense minister. Al-Shabaab militants attacked a beach restaurant in the Somali capital Mogadishu on Thursday, with gunmen raiding the building after setting off a car bomb. Sporadic shooting could be heard as night fell, but there is no clarity on the casualty figure. Al-Shabaab has carried out a series of deadly attacks in Somalia to try to topple the West-backed government. Turkey sent more tanks into northern Syria on Thursday and demanded Kurdish militia fighters retreat within a week. It called on Kurdish-led forces to fully withdraw east of the river Euphrates. Earlier, Turkish forces helped Syrian rebels take the border town of Jarablus from the Islamic State. Ankara fears Kurdish gains in Syria will fuel an insurgency at home. A US judge has ordered the State Department to release by 13 September newly found Hillary Clinton emails. The order came after the FBI gave the department data of close to 15,000 emails to and from Clinton. The Democratic presidential nominee has been criticized for using an unauthorized private email system run from a server in her home while she was Secretary of State from 2009 to 2013, a decision she says was wrong. Well, let's now shift focus and bring you up to speed with some overnight sports news in Sports Beat. Ace shuttler Saina Nehwal on Thursday dropped 4 points to be 9th, while compatriot PV Sindhu remained in the 10th spot in the Badminton World Federation rankings despite getting a silver in the women's singles competition at the recently concluded Olympics. The women's doubles pair of Jwala Gutta and Ashwini Ponnappa dropped 4 places to the 26th spot following their failure to reach the knockout stage in the Rio Games. However, men's singles shuttler Kidambi Srikanth jumped a place to be 10th, while Ajay Jairam improved his 22nd rank by a position. The National Rifle Association of India has set up a special 5-member committee to review the below-par performance of shooters at the Rio Games. Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra will head the committee. Indian shooters put up a poor show at the Games, with the 12-member team failing to win any medals. Sri Lankan top-order batsman Tilakaratne Dilshan announced that he will retire from international cricket after the ongoing series against Australia. Dilshan, who retired from Tests in 2013, is the 4th Sri Lankan to reach 10,000 runs in ODIs. Dilshan will play his last ODI against Australia on Sunday, while his final T20 will be against Australia on September 9th. Serena Williams and Novak Djokovic have been named the top-seeded players at the US Open. 6-time US Open champion Serena will be the top seed in the women's draw, while world number 1 and defending champion Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray are the top 2 seeds in the men's category. Neither Williams nor Djokovic has played a match since early exits at the Rio Olympics. Manchester City have signed goalkeeper Claudio Bravo from Barcelona for €18 million. Bravo signed a 4-year contract with the club and is expected to start ahead of England goalkeeper Joe Hart and Argentine Willy Caballero. Barca have replaced Bravo with Netherlands international Jasper Silensen, who joins from Ajax. Bravo joined Barcelona in 2014 and won 2 La Liga titles and the FIFA Club World Cup. He was also part of the Champions League winning squad in 2015 but never played in the competition for Barca. That's it on this edition of the Breakfast News. Have a good day.